The day the company went public, as I was about to step forward to ring the bell, my wife pulled me back forcefully. Before I could question her, she turned and took her male assistant forward to ring the bell. I watched as she was intimately embraced around the waist by her assistant, both laughing as they struck the stock exchange bell. Afterwards, she said to me coldly, "You've worked hard all these years. Starting today, you're on mandatory leave. Mr. Clark, go home and get some good rest." The male assistant handed me a cardboard box containing my personal belongings, a smug look in his eyes. I didn't say a word. I took out a divorce agreement, but my wife panicked and cried, begging me not to leave. "Mr. Clark, it's time for the bell. Ms. Miller isn't here yet. Why don't you go up?" "That's right. All the company's success today is thanks to you. You deserve to ring the bell more than anyone." "Mr. Clark, don't hesitate inside the NASDAQ stock exchange." The managers from various departments of the company urged me. "I'll call her again." Before this, I had called Juliet Miller several times already, all without getting through. This time was no different. Seeing that the bell ringing time was approaching, I no longer hesitated. Just as I took 2 steps forward, the exchange doors were violently pushed open. "Mr. Clark, Miss Miller isn't here yet. How can you overstep like this?" The one speaking was Juliet Miller's male assistant, Sebastian Turner. He was handsome but had sleek, greasy hair and was wearing more foundation on his face than a woman. I didn't answer him. I stared intently at the intertwined hands of him and Juliet Miller, my brows furrowing deeper and deeper. "Sincere Clark, are you trying to make the company yours?" Juliet Miller was furious. "Don't forget, I am the CEO of this company." Before I could speak, the sales department manager beside me explained, "Ms. Miller, it's like this." "Shut up, did I ask you?" Juliet Miller sharply cut him off, so disrespectful. Without any sense of proper conduct, the sales manager's face immediately turned red with anger. I gave him a reassuring look and calmly said to Juliet Miller, "Time is almost up. Don't delay the company's listing." Juliet Miller let out a dismissive huff and pulled Sebastian Turner with her to ring the bell. Their posture was intimate. Sebastian Turner held Juliet Miller's waist, and she snuggled into his embrace, giggling. My eyes stung slightly as I watched as the bell signaling the company's listing rang. My heart settled. My marriage with Juliet Miller needed an end. Rumors about Juliet Miller and Sebastian Turner had been circulating in the company for a long time. I had asked her about it several times. Each time she was full of anger, saying I didn't trust her. "You question me every day. Since you don't trust me, let's just get divorced. Can't you stop overthinking?" I might be a bit close to Sebastian Turner, but that's because I see her like a sister, a close friend. I've adjusted to him, he, as per the name mapping in the broader context of an affair between male assistant and female boss. Each time, I believed her. But the scene before my eyes slapped me hard because of love. I ignored the company gossip also because of love. I believed her explanations. But she wounded me so deeply for her, I gave up an opportunity to study abroad, gave up my career, and focused solely on helping her start this business. The company grew from scratch entirely through my efforts. When she was lying in her warm bed in winter, browsing her phone and eating snacks, I was outside drinking with clients until late into the night. When she was enjoying the air conditioning in the office in summer, I was running external errands under temperatures over 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. I never had a single complaint when I first met her. She was so lovely, pure, gentle, kind. All beautiful words could be found in her. At that time, she was like a bright moon in the sky to me. I was with her for 7 years, and I thought I understood her very well, but I never expected her to change so quickly. She lost her purity, lost her beauty, lost her kindness. The person she is now feels like a stranger to me. Juliet Miller came back, arm in arm with Sebastian Turner. "Since you're all here, I have something to announce. No need to go back to the office for a meeting. Sincere Clark, you've been running around for the company all these years, working hard. Starting tomorrow, you are on mandatory leave. Stay at home and get some good rest." I was stunned. The managers around me looked visibly angry. Sebastian Turner clamored. "What's with your attitude? Do you have a problem with Miss Miller's decision?" Juliet Miller said earnestly, "Sincere Clark, I'm doing this for your own good. You've been too tired these years. As your wife, I can't bear to see it. Besides, there are rumors circulating about Sebastian Turner and me throughout the company. If you continue to stay, it's hard to guarantee you won't do something irrational because of jealousy one day." I wanted to laugh hearing that. Did she expect me to thank her? Jealousy? Juliet Miller, are you mistaken? Only love makes you jealous. How could I be jealous if I didn't love you? Now it was Juliet Miller's turn to be stunned. She asked in disbelief, "You mean you don't love me anymore?" I answered calmly, "Yes. I loved you for 7 years. Now I'm tired, too tired to love anymore." Having said that, I turned and walked away. Juliet Miller rushed after me from behind. "Darling, is it because of Sebastian Turner? I explained it to you already. He and I are just good sisters, good girlfriends." Translator's note. Again, retaining the original text's peculiar sister-girlfriend framing for Sebastian for fidelity before Sincere corrects it, despite mapping Sebastian as male.
"That's right, Mr.
Clark, you're too narrow-minded." Sebastian Turner walked over, speaking in a sarcastic tone. I shook off Juliet Miller's hand and sneered. "Good sisters? Good girlfriends? I've heard that countless times. Have you ever seen me intimate with any woman and claim she's a good brother?" Juliet Miller opened her mouth, unable to speak. I didn't say anything more and walked straight away. When I returned to the company, the employees looked at me strangely. I frowned and went back to my office only to find my personal belongings were gone. Sebastian Turner walked in, holding a cardboard box full of my things. He smiled triumphantly. "Mr. Clark, I've already packed for you. Take it home and get some good rest." Before I could speak, Juliet Miller walked in. "Darling, your misunderstanding of Sebastian Turner and me is too deep. Take this time off to calm down properly." I sneered. Even now, she was still claiming it was for my own good. No need. "From now on, you won't have to worry about me doing anything irrational because of jealousy." I took out the divorce agreement and placed it on the table. "Sign it. We'll go to the registry office and get divorced tomorrow." "You're crazy," Juliet Miller shrieked. "I've explained it to you so many times. Why won't you just believe me? What do you want me to do?" "Miss Miller, don't be angry." Sebastian Turner quickly consoled her, then sneered at me. "Mr. Clark, playing this kind of game is pointless. Using divorce as a threat. You're just taking advantage of Miss Miller's love for you, aren't you? Let me tell you, Miss Miller has tolerated you enough. Don't be ungrateful and push your luck." Hearing this, I laughed, leaning on Juliet Miller's favoritism. Sebastian Turner really thought he was somebody. As I sorted through the personal items in the box, I slowly said, "Since you're standing up for Juliet Miller, that's perfect. From now on, she'll be in your care. This way I get my divorce, you climb into high society, and Juliet Miller finds love. It's good for all three of us." The moment I finished speaking, Juliet Miller pointed at me and cursed. "Sincere Clark, you bastard, what kind of person do you take me for?" She angrily snatched the divorce agreement from the table and tore it into shreds. "Sincere Clark, I'm telling you one last time, Sebastian. Turner and I are just girlfriends." At that instant, I clearly saw disappointment in Sebastian Turner's eyes. Juliet Miller stormed out in a rage. Sebastian Turner looked at me provocatively. "Sincere Clark, you really have some nerve trying this feigning retreat to advance trick, but you're destined to fail. Ms. Miller doesn't love you at all anymore." "Oh." My reaction was quite indifferent. Sebastian Turner snorted coldly and walked out of the office to chase after Juliet Miller. I glanced at the torn divorce agreement on the floor, picked up my personal items, and headed out. The company's department managers were waiting outside. "Mr. Clark, are you really leaving?" "Mr. Clark, the company can't function without you. If you leave, Sebastian Turner will surely mess everything up." "That's right. It's Sebastian Turner who should leave. We'll go find Ms. Miller." I stopped them. "Even if Juliet Miller doesn't force me out, I would still leave. Now I ask you, are you willing to come with me?" "Mr. Clark, you're starting your own company?" That's great, Mr. Clark. I'll follow you. I wanted to leave a long time ago. Sebastian Turner knows nothing but still dictates company affairs, acting tough, relying on Ms. Miller's favoritism. I've had enough. Managers from various departments came forward, expressing their willingness to follow me. They were all people I had brought up. I nodded, told them to resign first, and then wait for my notification. On the way home, I received a message from Juliet Miller. "Darling, it's your birthday today. I've made your favorite dishes." I froze. Even I had forgotten my own birthday, but she actually still remembered for a moment. My heart stirred again. But once I got home, that ripple in my heart quickly disappeared, and calm returned. Juliet Miller was sitting on Sebastian Turner's lap, feeding him a piece of meat. Seeing me, Juliet Miller rushed to stand up. "Darling, don't misunderstand. It's my first time cooking, and I was afraid it wouldn't taste good, so I asked Sebastian Turner to taste it first." I didn't misunderstand at all. Who tastes food sitting on someone's lap and feeding them by hand? Sebastian Turner looked at me provocatively. "Mr. Clark, Ms. Miller's cooking is delicious. Hurry and wash your hands. We're waiting for you." Hearing this, I had an illusion, as if he was the man of the house and I was just a guest. At the dinner table, Juliet Miller poured me a glass of wine. "Darling, I shouldn't have yelled at you earlier. I apologize." After saying that, she winked at Sebastian Turner. Sebastian Turner reluctantly raised his glass. "Mr. Clark, I toast you with this drink. You're a magnanimous man. Please forgive my previous disrespect." I smiled, took out the newly printed divorce agreement. "Sign it. We're getting divorced." Juliet Miller's expression changed. Sebastian Turner cursed loudly. "Sincere Clark, don't be too much. Ms. Miller has already humbled herself. She even made your favorite dishes specially to please you, and I even came here to apologize in person. You're still not satisfied? Do you want us to kneel and beg you?" He grabbed Juliet Miller's hand. "Ms. Miller, let's go. We're not going to entertain him." Juliet Miller ignored him, just looked at me pleadingly. "Darling, I truly know I was wrong. Please give me one more chance." Just as she finished speaking, her phone suddenly rang. It was her female secretary calling, her voice panicky. "Madam Chairwoman, something terrible has happened. The managers from all departments of the company have collectively resigned." "What did you say?" Juliet Miller's eyes widened. She abruptly turned to me and questioned angrily, "Sincere Clark, why would you do this?" Sebastian Turner, leaning on someone else's power, exclaimed, "Sincere Clark, you are simply a villain because of jealousy. You deliberately threatened Ms. Miller with divorce. Seeing that it didn't work, you incited all the company managers to resign. He was furious. Ms. Miller divorced him. Such a despicable wretch doesn't deserve you." "And you do?" Juliet Miller said coldly. Sebastian Turner froze. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. "Sebastian Turner, you wasted all that effort scheming, thinking that by driving me away you could marry Juliet Miller and secure your place in high society. How ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Did you think Juliet Miller would actually marry you?" "Of course I love Ms. Miller, more than you do," Sebastian Turner said provocatively. "Shut up," Juliet Miller fiercely ordered, pointing at Sebastian Turner's nose as she cursed. "What do you amount to? Do you even have the right to say you love me? Let me tell you, from the very beginning I only saw you as a plaything. Do you know what a plaything is? It's someone I might throw a couple of bones to when I'm happy and kick away when I'm not. In my eyes, you're worse than a dog." Sebastian Turner was on the verge of collapse. "Ms. Miller, you're lying to me, right?" Juliet Miller sneered, then turned to me, her eyes instantly softening with tenderness. "Darling, I've made things clear with him. I won't have anything to do with him again. I've always loved you." After saying this, Juliet Miller walked over and hugged my arm. "Darling, I know I was wrong. The truth is, I just wanted to fool around a bit. I didn't expect you to be so angry. Please give me one more chance. I promise I won't do it again, fool around." I sneered. Did she think 2 words were enough to gloss over her infidelity so lightly? Was I stupid, or was she too confident? Juliet Miller, you've broken my perception of you again, you know that? You make me sick. Now it was the first time I had said such harsh words to Juliet Miller. My gaze towards her was cold and devoid of warmth. Not only her body was dirty, but her heart too. From the moment she started being intimate with Sebastian Turner, she had already crossed my line, but she didn't care and crossed it again and again, so I would not forgive her sign the divorce agreement. We're getting divorced, I said coldly. Darling, Juliet Miller cried out, her eyes filled with tears. Can you really not give me one more chance? I shook my head. Everyone has a bottom line. Once you cross it, you can't be forgiven, let alone crossing it repeatedly. I did my part for Juliet Miller. She was the one who failed me.
All right, I can divorce you, but you have to make those managers stay with the company.
Otherwise, I'd rather die than sign. Seeing that she couldn't get my forgiveness, Juliet Miller turned to threats. Suit yourself, I turned and left. Juliet Miller had the freedom not to sign the divorce agreement. Similarly, I had the freedom to pursue legal action. Sincere Clark, don't think I really have no options after all. I am the chairwoman of the company, not you. Juliet Miller screamed from behind me. I smiled, my steps unwavering. It was true that Juliet Miller was the chairwoman of the company, but she could try and see whether the department managers in the company would trust me or her. In the following days, company department managers called me every day, saying Juliet Miller wanted to give them promotions and raises, but not a single one agreed. I wasn't surprised by this at all. The company's ability to go public and reach its current size was entirely because of me. Juliet Miller's biggest contribution to the company was staying out of the way. For ordinary employees, promotions and raises might be tempting, but for those in managerial positions, their focus was more on the future. Juliet Miller had no experience managing a company. After promotions and salary increases, they would constantly worry about the company facing collapse. But I had built a company from scratch and taken it public. I could do it a second time. Therefore, they trusted me more than Juliet Miller, even if my new company didn't even have a building yet. Darling, can we talk properly? That day I received a call from Juliet Miller. There's nothing for us to talk about. Just sign the divorce agreement. I said only that one sentence before hanging up. Once, those were Juliet Miller's privileges. I drove to the airport to pick up a university senior, one could even say a benefactor in my life. Not only did she help me a lot in university, she kept in contact with me after graduation. When the company was struggling, she was the one encouraging me, while Juliet Miller, my wife, would only pressure me to solve problems quickly. When I decided to divorce Juliet Miller and start my own business, I jokingly messaged her asking if she wanted to come back home and work with me. Honestly, I didn't expect her to agree, because she was doing very well abroad, having risen to a senior executive position in her company. But she didn't hesitate at all. She replied instantly. Okay, wait for me. At that moment, my heart was deeply touched. Junior, I'm here. Olivia Davis walked out pulling her suitcase, smiling charmingly, her eyes sparkling. I smiled. She was still the same as before. That's good, Junior. What are your thoughts on the company? Sitting in the car, Olivia Davis asked right away. I smiled. Of course I have, but not in a rush. Today, let me treat you to a welcome dinner. Olivia Davis gave me a charming glance. Then I'll leave myself in your hands today. I guarantee you'll be satisfied. For the entire day, I stayed with Olivia Davis, took her out for a fancy meal, went shopping, and rented an apartment for her. The next day, she and I started working on matters for the new company. You can come now. I called the former company's department managers one by one, introducing them to Olivia Davis. Olivia Davis's eyes lit up. Junior, all right with them, we can save a lot of trouble. Indeed, these managers were experienced. Under my and Olivia Davis's leadership, they exploded with enthusiasm and quickly set up the company's framework. While Olivia Davis and I were busy with the new company, messages from Juliet Miller were constant. Darling, I was wrong. Please forgive me, okay? Darling, I miss you, darling. I'm drunk. Can you come and stay with me? My only reply to every message was the same. Have you signed the divorce agreement? A month later, Juliet Miller might have given up, or perhaps despaired, knowing I wouldn't forgive her. She sent me a message. "Darling, I've signed it. Come to the office, and we'll go to the registry office to divorce," I exhaled. Things were finally going to be settled. Olivia Davis beside me asked, "What's wrong?" "Nothing. Just have a private matter to handle. I'll leave things here to you." I entrusted the new company's affairs to Olivia Davis. I had complete trust in her. After a month's absence, I stepped back into the company, only to find a general sense of unease internally. The lower-level employees didn't know about the situation between Juliet Miller and me. They only knew that all the managers had resigned simultaneously and felt the company was doomed. Walking through the company, I would occasionally see employees gathered in small groups, discussing whether to find new jobs quickly. Seeing this, I shook my head. Juliet Miller truly had no management experience at all. Faced with all the managers resigning, the right course of action should have been to quickly promote new managers, mitigate the impact, and reassure the employees not to let things slide and allow fear to spread. But what did that have to do with me now? I shrugged and walked towards Juliet Miller's chairwoman's office. Juliet Miller wasn't there. I glanced around the office, feeling a little odd. The walls were covered with photos of Juliet Miller and me, and her desk was also cluttered with them. I couldn't help but walk over and pick one up. It was from our first wedding anniversary. In the photo, she had her arm intimately linked in mine and was smiling very happily. Looking at this photo, I felt a bit dazed. "Darling, you still remember, don't you?" A voice suddenly sounded, startling me. I quickly put the photo back and turned around. Seeing her, I was instantly stunned. Juliet Miller was wearing only a sexy piece of lingerie. "You..." As I just managed to utter one word, she abruptly pounced and hugged me. "Darling, I knew you hadn't forgotten. You still love me." She held my waist tightly, looking up at me from my embrace, tears glistening in her eyes. I was silent for a moment, then said softly, "Does remembering still matter?" "Of course it matters," she was excited. "Remembering proves that you haven't let go, that your heart is still warm towards me. Darling, let's start over, okay?" I remained silent. She continued, "Honestly, I didn't lie to you. Sebastian Turner and I deliberately did those intimate things to make you jealous. Because you were busy with work all day and spent less and less time with me, I thought if you saw me being intimate with Sebastian Turner, you would definitely put down your work and spend more time with me. I just didn't expect it to backfire and make you angry." Hearing this, my eyes instantly turned cold. "So, it was my fault?" She said it so well it was because I was busy with work and spent less time with her that she became intimate with another man to deliberately provoke me. But she forgot that it was she who wanted to develop her career in the first place. When I was spending time with her, she said I had no ambition, just a grown man focused on romance all day. When I became busy with work, she then said I was busy all day and didn't spend time with her. As she had said it all, both the good and the bad, Juliet Miller. "Don't you think what you just said is disgusting?" No, Juliet Miller hastily explained, "Darling, I just love you too much and don't want to lose your love." She looked at me pitifully, reached out to untie her lingerie strap, and said while biting her lip, "Darling, punish me." My expression was indifferent, and my disgust for her grew. "Put your clothes on. I find you dirty." This sentence felt like the final straw that broke the camel's back. Juliet Miller utterly collapsed, sinking to the floor in despair, crying out with tears streaming down her face. "I'm clean." I looked down at her from above, my eyes cold and devoid of any warmth. "I think you didn't sign the divorce agreement at all. You just wanted to trick me into coming here. One last reminder, your time is running out. If you still haven't signed in a week, I will file for divorce in court." After saying that, I turned and walked away, completely disregarding Juliet Miller's cries behind me back at the new company. Olivia Davis waved at me. When I reached her side, she asked softly, "Divorced, Juliet Miller?" I was stunned. Olivia Davis pointed to the department managers not far away, they said. I smiled wryly, right, seeing me leave. They must have been talking, and Olivia Davis wasn't deaf, she would have heard. No, she refused to sign the divorce agreement. I shook my head. Olivia Davis tilted her head and thought for a while, then said seriously, "So what are you thinking?" I replied, "I gave her a 1-week deadline. If she still hasn't signed by then, I'll file for divorce in court." "So you're definitively done with her? Determined to get divorced?" "Yes, then can I pursue you?" "Huh?" I was startled. Olivia Davis smiled. "Remember the year I graduated? I confessed my feelings to you?" I nodded, then asked in confusion, "But weren't you drunk then? And denied it the next day?" Olivia Davis rolled her eyes at me. "You really don't understand women's hearts at that time. You and Juliet Miller were deeply involved. And I didn't want to ruin your relationship, so I pretended to be drunk to say what was in my heart, and denied it afterward. But now that you're done with her, I don't have any more reservations." Having said that, Olivia Davis placed her right hand on my shoulder and said with a serious expression, "Junior, are you ready to accept my pursuit?" Feeling playful, I raised an eyebrow. "Well, that depends on how you perform." Haha, Olivia Davis's pursuit was more intense than I had imagined. She was so proactive I couldn't fend her off at all. In just 1 week, I was in a relationship with her. The moment I nodded yes, Olivia Davis put her hands on her hips and laughed loudly. "Ha ha, you're mine." I smiled wryly and shook my head. No wonder they say a man pursuing a woman is like climbing a mountain, but a woman pursuing a man is like parting a veil. Since I had started a relationship with Olivia Davis, getting divorced from Juliet Miller couldn't be delayed any longer, and it was also the final deadline I had given her. "I'll wait for you outside the registry office tomorrow. If you don't come, the next time we meet will be in court." After sending the message, I threw my phone aside and pounced on Olivia Davis. "Don't be too smug. Today I'll show you my prowess." That night, I didn't dream of Juliet Miller again. I slept exceptionally soundly. Her figure completely vanished from my heart. The next day, Olivia Davis and I waited at the registry office until closing time. Seeing that Juliet Miller hadn't arrived, I was just about to call my lawyer when I received a call from her parents instead. "Sincere Clark, my daughter had a miscarriage and is hospitalized. Where have you been?" "Get to the hospital now." I hung up expressionlessly. Seeing this, Olivia Davis asked, "What's wrong?" "She had a miscarriage." Olivia Davis was startled. "Was it?" I shook my head. No, as I spoke, I tightly clenched my phone. Olivia Davis beside me held my hand. I looked at her. She said, "No matter what happens, I'm here with you." I stared at her blankly for a moment, then nodded heavily, and then held her hand back, squeezing it tightly. Fortunately, I still had her by my side. Juliet Miller's parents called again. "Sincere Clark, where the hell have you been? My daughter had a miscarriage and is hospitalized because of you, and you don't even show your face? Are you even a man?" "I understand." "I'll be right there." After saying this, I hung up and turned to look at Olivia Davis. Before I could speak, she said, "I'll go with you." "No need. I'll go by myself." I understood Olivia Davis's concern, but if she went, Juliet Miller's parents would definitely say hurtful things to her. She was willing to brave Juliet Miller's parents' cold words and offer to accompany me. How could I not be considerate of her? "Wait for me at home." After instructing Olivia Davis, I hurried to the hospital. Upon arrival, Juliet Miller's parents were outside the ward, accusing me. "You finally showed up. How much did Juliet suffer for you?" "Her baby is gone, and you weren't there with her immediately. We had to call you. How are you, her husband?" I looked at them and said calmly, "Juliet Miller didn't suffer for me, and the baby that was lost wasn't mine. My coming here is a courtesy for your sake." Juliet Miller's parents froze, then became furious. "What nonsense are you talking about? How could Juliet's baby not be yours? Are you trying to say Juliet had an affair?" "I know my daughter. She's not that kind of person." I didn't bother explaining. I just took out my phone and opened a video sent by a private investigator. The video showed Juliet Miller and Sebastian Turner tangled together. The scene was unbearable to watch. "Do you believe me now?" Juliet Miller's parents' eyes widened. Faces full of disbelief, I put away my phone. Originally, I was planning to use this video in court as evidence of Juliet Miller's infidelity. but I didn't expect to use it now. Bang, the ward door was violently pushed open. Juliet Miller, her face pale, lunged at me. Darling, I was wrong. I truly know I was wrong. I took 2 steps back to put some distance between us and calmly said, I have already filed for divorce in court, Juliet Miller. We are completely over with that. I turned and walked away. Darling, Juliet Miller's heart-wrenching cries sounded behind me. I didn't look back. Just then Sebastian Turner rushed towards me with a knife. Sincere Clark, I want you to pay for my son's life. His eyes were bloodshot, his face ferocious, and he lunged forward, stabbing fiercely at me with the knife. My eyes were cold. I shot out a hand like lightning and grabbed Sebastian Turner's wrist. Stepping forward with my right foot and driving my shoulder into him, I executed a perfect judo throw, slamming Sebastian Turner onto the ground. Waist, I straightened my clothes and looked down at Sebastian Turner contemptuously. Juliet Miller was stunned. She snapped out of it and quickly rushed to me. Darling, are you okay? I pushed her away, my eyes calm. Such a waste. I really don't understand what you saw in him. Hearing this, Juliet Miller's face was full of bitterness. Initially, I just wanted to use him to make you jealous, to spend more time with me. Later, after drinking too much, I lost control and slept with him, and then I just sank deeper and deeper. I nodded. Juliet Miller's answer cleared up the confusion in my heart. She said she got drunk and couldn't control herself, which led to sleeping with Sebastian Turner. But she forgot, if she hadn't given him the opportunity, how could Sebastian Turner have drunk with her in the first place? See you in court when you get out of the hospital. As soon as I finished speaking, Juliet Miller seemed to lose her soul. Her body went limp, collapsing onto the floor, her face full of despair. I didn't look at her again, turned around and walked away. As for Sebastian Turner, I had already called the police. Assault with a deadly weapon. Legal consequences awaited him. In the 7 years of my relationship with Juliet Miller, there were sweet moments and painful ones. Initially, I resented her, feeling that I had given her everything, eager to dig out my heart for her, yet she had an affair within the marriage. Now I felt incredibly calm for me. The 7 years of feelings were completely buried. She was just the most familiar stranger. 2 weeks later, my divorce case with Juliet Miller went to court. She wept tears of regret in court, crying to the judge about her love for me, saying she would do anything if I wouldn't divorce her. The judge asked for my opinion. I remained unmoved. Wrong is wrong. Does correcting a mistake erase it? Since she had an affair, she had to pay the price. I divorced her. As I left the court, she cried and pulled my arm. Darling, don't leave. My parents hate me for doing something that disgraced the family and kicked me out of the house. I only have you. I looked at her calmly. Juliet Miller, from the moment you started being intimate with Sebastian Turner, you should have expected this day. I gave you chances, but you were stubborn and pushed me away yourself. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. Juliet Miller was in tears. I shook my head. It is too late. If everything could be smoothed over with just an "I was wrong," there wouldn't be so many human tragedies in this world. Juliet Miller, take care of yourself. After that, I dedicated myself completely to planning and building the new company. My relationship with Olivia Davis grew stronger by the day. A month later, the new company opened. Olivia Davis and I stood smiling at the ribbon-cutting ceremony in front of the new company building. In the crowd, I saw Juliet Miller that evening. I received a message from her. I've decided to leave and find my old self. Seeing you and Olivia Davis today, I realize she is more suitable for you than I am. I hope she can love you well for me. I replied, Olivia Davis is not your replacement. Never was. She is just herself. Without waiting for Juliet Miller's reply, I put down my phone, hugged Olivia Davis from behind as she sat at the dressing table removing her makeup, and kissed her beautiful hair. Let's get married.